Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a Wet n Wild review on their new 40 color palette. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sure you guys have seen this palette before. I think this is the palette that had a little bit of controversy with another palette, but nonetheless, we're here to talk about this palette because in all honesty, I'm so excited that Wet n Wild did something this big. Like, you guys know here on my channel, we talk about Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes all the time. I do include them in a lot, especially their eyeshadows, because they are super affordable and they're really good quality. So they came out with the 40 shadows because it is celebrating their 40 years. And this is a combination of their most loved eyeshadows. It's got a combination of matte, pearl, and metallic finishes to it. So we're gonna go ahead and do some swatches for you guys really quickly on this eyeshadow palette. On my pamphlet here, it does not say how much the price point of this is, but I will go ahead and list it down below for you guys so you guys know, as well as in the description box. This is going to be exclusive to Wet n Wild Beauty, as is the next palette that we're going to be talking about also. They also are going to be launching the metallic palette as well, and this is their limited edition metallic palette that features 15 of our most iconic shadows. They're ultra highly pigmented metallic shades, and they deliver high color payoff and buildable coverage. You got some brights, you've got some neutral colors, and you got a little bit of bold colors as well in here. So 15 shadows are in this one. Again, I will list the pricing right here because I don't know what it is. They didn't put it here. We're going to go ahead and get diving into the tutorial. I'm going to show you guys my first impressions. We're going to create this look together so you guys can see how it performs on the eyes and what I think about this palette. So let's do this. Ooh, look at that little bad boy. This isn't the one that they said that was like similar to the James Charles, is it? I want to say it is, but I don't want to be wrong. But I want to say it could be. Remember there was like that whole controversy about it? Yeah. That was interesting. You get a nice array of neutrals and color. More neutrals up at the top, and then your more colorful colors on the bottom. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, everybody's doing like soft, what is it? That like soft glam look or soft glam, what is it? Soft glam trend or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. I was like, dude, I've been doing that for way too long. Now I'm trying to get more bold, but I can't really go too bold today because I got a lot of errands to run and I am prepared to do that today. I mean, like, I don't know what too bold is in my definition because I've said that before, but I can't go too bold today. Looking at all of this palette, and the first color that's like totally driving me bonkers and makes me want to test out is this one right here. Do you see this color right here? I think I'm going to use that like all over my lid. Here are just some swatches of some of them. I actually really like this as a look, but the mattes feel way more creamier than the metallics that I've just touched. I mean, that's 5 shadows, so I mean, it could mean anything, right? But in general, I usually feel like the metallics and the shimmers in the smaller palettes are always creamier than the mattes, which is interesting because I always feel like the mattes in the Wet n Wild palettes are kind of dry. I mean, they work really well, but they're a little bit drier than, you know, for normal, but I feel like this is kind of switched around, but we'll see. Let's do a brow bone highlight first. Let's try out a brow bone. So we're going to let's start off with this shade right here, which honestly is really glittery. I mean, look at that. It's a very, very frosty shade. Let's try it out and see. I just get nervous with these shades because I get scared that I'm going to get like glitter on my brow, but yeah, it's kind of glittery. I'm going to mix in a little bit of this matte white. There we go. Oh, that matte white is matte. Let's put some on the inner corner. Let's dive into this mauve tone shade. I don't know what it is about this color, but for some reason, it's like the first color that I cannot get my eyes off of. I'm going to take it on a Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush. I'm going to use that as like my main color for like blowing everything out. Interesting. I feel like it's a little patchy, which is kind of strange considering that my eyeshadow was set, like my eyes were set. They're not tacky, but I'll miss that a little more. I need to like declutter some of my brushes because I've had them for way too long and they're getting kind of scratchy. But the other day I was looking at, is it Sonia G brushes? And there was like a set of 5 for $160 and I was like, damn, that's expensive. Like everybody in the comments was like, oh my gosh, I need to get it. They are my favorite. And I've heard some other people that I follow, they use them and they like all rave about them. So I'm like, should I just get Sigma brushes? Because Sigma brushes are like some of my favorite to use. And I've noticed that here recently that I've been like diving more into Sigma brushes than anything. And they're the ones that stand out the longest for me, aside from Zoeva. Now, these Zoeva brushes I've had in my collection, this pink handle one, I've had them for, let's see, I got them in Denver, so it's been like 3.5 years or something like that I've had them, maybe 4 years. And like the bristles never fall apart. They're not scratchy. They're just amazing brushes. And same thing with my Sigma brushes. They never fall apart. They never get scratchy. They're definitely worth the money in my opinion. But I'm like, I know I can get those for a lot cheaper than $160. And it was $160 for like 5 brushes. Anyways, oh my gosh, I love this color. It was a little bit patchy at first when I started, but now it's like wonderful. Freaking love this color. I just did a look with green eyeshadow. I did a look with purple. Never have enough 2 purples. I really don't want to do an orange look. I always do orange looks, and I've been doing so many neutrals. Fuck, man, what do I want to do? You know, I kind of want to take this green and blow it out. It just looks so beautiful with like the orange tones on the lower lash line. I just keep looking at that green, and I'm like, damn, that looks good. Now, what about this one? Look at this green. Ooh, that's a pretty green. All right, so I'm going to take the chocolate brown in this palette. Let's play around with the mattes. And I've actually done quite a few looks using Wet n Wild palettes, and they always come out really nicely, kind of like that. Because I think I'm going to put the green like all over the lid, so I want it to be a little bit darker on the outer corner, but I think this will work. Well, crap, I shouldn't have used the same brush because now I need another brush to blend out the edges. Stupid stuff. All right, I'm going to take this Sigma. This is the tapered E35. It's kind of like the E40, but it's just a little bit thinner. Looks like this, just a little bit thinner. And I'm going to use that to blend out the edges. Let me know down below what you guys are doing for Thanksgiving. We're not doing anything. This year we told our families that we weren't we weren't traveling this year. Because usually every year we travel. I don't mind traveling and seeing my family, or my husband's family. I love them. But it's just, it takes a huge toll on us. It's for Jeremy's family to go see them, it's 10 hours each way for us. So normally Jeremy has to take like an extra day off and just to drive. And then we have to decide usually, because we see them on Christmas, like do we leave on Christmas Day or the next day? Because I hate leaving on Christmas Day. It just kind of, sometimes it makes me sad because there's like a specific toy that I may want to bring and I can't. And this year I'm getting Jason a new bike. Like he needs a new bike so bad, so I'm getting him one. So I really want him to wake up that morning and have a bike right there and it be done and ready to go. I told my parents I'm not coming out. Like, it's just way too expensive for us to fly. Even just probably a single person or 2 people flying anytime, flying anywhere during the holidays is a pain in the ass. And it's expensive and you just got to expect so much to go wrong. Like, you hope nothing will, but you just plan for it, right? We fly to California, well, we can only bring so many presents. It's the same idea again. And same thing for my parents. And we live in in the Chicago area, so we fly out of like O'Hare Midway, and they're always canceling flights, always. So this year we were like, nope, we're staying home this year. That's how it's gonna be. All right, so that is the look. Now the chocolate brown can only get so dark before it just kind of stops. So if you guys noticed, I'm kind of like packing it. When I blend out the edges, it does diffuse it a little bit, but you could definitely build it. So I'm going to leave it just like that. There's like no fallout. That's impressive. Now I'm going to take that green shade. I think I just want to rub the green shade. I want to put that green shade all over my lid. I'm going to use my MAC 239 to apply it. And let's try applying it without any help. How it does by itself, how it performs. Usually Wet n Wild shadows need a little bit of help to apply, which is fine, but I mean, that's pretty. I'm gonna go back in with that brown shade and just kind of deepen up the edges. I'm gonna go in with that highlight color that we used for our brow bone that was like shimmery, and I'm gonna take my finger and use it to apply it because there's a lot of glitter on it. Okay. Yeah, ooh, that's pretty. I feel like that works so much better as a transformer shade than a highlight shade. Okay, all right. Sometimes I actually will just take my finger and push the color on top of it because I find that my finger applies it a lot better. All right, so I went ahead and I lined my eyes with a white liner. Let's take this matte blue shade. Why not, right? Let's take the matte blue shade. Would I normally pair blue and green together? No, probably not, but I'm going to. Ooh, I'm going to take a little bit of this like shimmery blue because I feel like it's giving me a little bit more depth. And just lining that on my lower lash line. let me go ahead and pop on some lashes really quick, and then you guys can see the final look. Look is complete. So for lashes, I went ahead and I applied the Socialite lashes by Pure Cosmetics. I know some of you guys are probably like, well, you're not using Dollar Lash Club, but I just had these like laying around. I was like, it's been a while, and I do like them. I find them to be super comfortable. This one's being a little wonky today, but for the most part, like, they are some of the most comfortable lashes to wear because they don't feel like you're wearing lashes, and the band's really thin, and it's just amazing. So let me know down below what you guys think about the palette. Which one do you guys like better? I definitely would say if you're gonna spend any money, get the bigger one, get the 40 palette one, because it's really pretty. I can tell you guys, I'm gonna try playing around with this a little bit more. I'll definitely let you guys know here in about a week or so. I think I'm gonna strictly stick myself to this palette for the week, see what kind of looks I can create, and I'll let you guys know here in my monthly up-to-date favorite. Just from the first impressions and swatching a few of the shades so far, I created a really pretty look. You could definitely see that some of the metallic shades, like I said earlier, definitely need a little bit of assistance from a setting spray, but the matte shadows are where it's at. The matte shadows are really, really nice and soft. Some need a little bit more help blending than others, but no fallout except that blue. It's like a little bit dark right here because I have that blue that fell out, but I feel like that's normal with like more colorful shadows. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you guys want to see any other videos to catch up on, there are some here for you guys to watch. So I will see you guys then. Bye.